guidelines for designing effective English language teaching materials. When we talk about the advantages and disadvantages of designing our own materials as teachers, we have to remember that we can create contextualized materials as Bloch stated in the year 1997, but also, and it could be connected with the individual needs from students because they are going to tell us, according to Thomas and Collier opinion in 1997, what they need, what are the weaknesses, what are the strengths, and according to those processes in each student and each group of students, we can define how we teach to them and how we help to them. But also, if it is not possible, we also can personalize the materials. And Podromo in 2002 is that, for example, if we have homemade materials or personal materials for each skill or for each student, we can help them better and we can improve their listening activities, speaking, production, vocabulary, and different aspects from their learning. In the second aspect, we can state about the disadvantages, which, for example, is the organization that we need because it's too much work sometimes, and it could be we can spend too much time doing it. But also Bloch, as in 1991, he said that the quality of the materials could be reduced because we have to design too many materials and the quality could be decreased. And it could be something affected from students. So we have to make a balance between them. But also in the factors that we have to consider when we design them is that the learners are the center of the process. It's not our teaching, it's not our materials, are the learners because they are going to tell us in the moment that they are, and they have to be aware mm, in which moment are they. So for that reason, we need to be very sensitive about them, and also we are going to help them much better if we take them into account in the first place. But also, according now to the guidelines for designing effective English teaching materials, is that the materials necessarily should be authentic. What is that? That is that we, for example, as Harmer in 1998 and Hedge in the 20s, they said that it's imperative for second language learners to be exposed to real context. This is that we need to make the English material or the English class in a moment that students reflect the real life. So they are not taking just a class. They are practicing for the real life, even in their Colombian context or in the native context, which is not an Spanish, which is not an English context. For that reason, it's totally necessary that we manage their vocabulary and we manage the possible combinations and authentications and assimilations between the possible future context in other country and the language with our context, and it will help so much to get a better performance for them in each area. So it's necessary to create and to abandon sometimes the standardized materials, which just create limited standards, and we can be being producing a damage in the students, and for example, taking away or putting students away from English because they need to feel it real for the real life, and in that moment we are going to be more effective as teachers. Thank you very much.